I don't feel like doing things anymore. And that is what stresses me out a lot. The fact that I'm not able to do anything these days giving me a lot of anxiety. It's giving me way too more pressure than I used to because I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what's running on my mind. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. And that is the reason why I have not started this video with like, hello everybody, welcome back, or with that message, because I'm not really into that mood and doing that because it takes, I don't understand what is going on. It's taking a toll on my mental health because we have to prioritize our mental health as well. It's way too important to do that. But I feel something is really wrong and I don't feel like something is going right with my body because at times we definitely feel like that. I always had to think what will be the outcome or what would be the outcome if certain things would actually go ahead like this in life, or if we reach at this stage or this particular point, would there be a positive answer? Would there be a positive outcome? Would there be a positive response towards something as such? But I don't think so. You get the answer very instantly. You get like after quite some time, in the sense like you get it like 2 to 3 days, not 2 to 3 days. Sorry for that. It takes almost around decades of time. Okay, and to be general and clear and much more clarifying to you, it takes much more than that. I don't feel like just talking in front of the camera. That's all. I'm not feeling good. I feel like something is going wrong with my body, and I feel that my body is a little bit down with fever and all these things because I'm not doing good, and that is what making me go mad. Ah, to record clips like these, it requires a lot of courage. It requires a lot of strength inside the body. It doesn't just come out from within like, hey, I'm very confident. I just want to put up myself out on YouTube so that the entire platform can just have a look at it. People can feel what this person is going through, and then they can comment. It doesn't feel that way. It doesn't mean that way. And I also have one more point to address is that we don't speak correctly sometimes while we are not at a good stage, and that is all completely okay. That is completely okay. Over the past 3 years since I started creating content, is what I've learned that it's okay to speak something that really doesn't matter. It's not wrong. It's not right. Nothing is considered as wrong. Everything is right. It is made sense, and it's not wrong at all. I don't understand why do people make it such a big issue as to saying why does this person ask such stupid questions, and why does this person make look it so fake and also realistic, if I can just say that, because it doesn't make any proper sense if we do that while we are at a stage of being proper or being at a workplace or be at a trying to do anything for that matter, because we don't feel like doing things at all, guys. Trust me with that. And just one more point is that nothing in life could be made as part of the right decision. And this part is what makes you a little more anxious and more worried rather than the good times and the usual times. Because I don't think people can definitely relate to this. But at times feels like it's kind of stupid and weird and kind of feels like, I don't think what's going on in my life. I think everything is going wrong. Nothing is falling into the place. Everything is falling apart. I just don't feel like doing things and bringing everything into place, because that is what makes you a very bad person and you'll hate yourself for a minute. Life thoughts are crazy, especially when it comes to anxiety issues and crisis like these, it gives you a lot of senseless hopes. But recording a video now made me feel really good. It felt like I've been sharing this news with so many of beautiful people. And to give that belief itself, you can look at my eyes, and you can look at the way I putting out and that you can look at the way I'm putting out all my messages too. But I just don't understand sometimes what goes on with people's mind, especially when we do not feel like doing things. There is a lot more meaning behind when I say when we do not feel like doing things. Trust me with that. You don't feel like doing things at all sometimes. You just feel like sleeping, you just feel like quitting something, you just feel like doing some random shit. You just feel like talking random shit. You just feel like scolding somebody. You just feel like throwing things at a certain place. You just feel like doing things that doesn't even make sense. You just feel like talking to people which things that do not even make sense. And to all these days, to all these times when we feel like doing something like these will definitely make us much more happy. And in the end, it definitely does matter. It definitely brings you into the place where you can trust yourself and make yourself sit down and ask yourself certain set of questions saying, am I happy now? Do I know what I'm doing? Am I happy and content? Am I happy and satisfied? Doing all alone is definitely a task. Doing all alone by yourself is definitely a task. Segregating things, trying to do everything all by yourself, trying to be realistic in that particular situations. It feels kind of a mental breakdown. You lack so much of patience. You lack so much of patience. You don't feel like doing anything. This is the entire word that's revolving around the entire video, if I can say, because I have never been this, brutally honest with myself when I'm explaining about myself or my feelings to when I'm speaking on the video, because I've mentally been a lot of stressed since last 1 month or 1.5 months because things were not falling into place or things were not going right up and down. And that is the only reason I had to do this and be like this way, because I did not feel like good dude, come on. You don't feel like someone is coming and patting on your shoulder saying that, dude, it's all right. You can cross this phase, you can cross this battle, you can do this, you can definitely win this war. No. I just don't find that happening. And it is so mentally painful when this happens. And I'll see if I can make videos like these continuously, because if I've stopped making long form videos because I did not want to. I don't understand. Let me be just real to you, because at times we just feel like, um, you know, uh, trying to be more open to people. And again, there will be different categories of people saying that, okay, um, in this set, you'll have different kinds of categories where people just understand within their heart the dialogues that come within from their heart, and you will have different set of people who just want to speak random shit which doesn't even make sense, who doesn't even want to listen what you're going through, who doesn't even want to understand what you're going through. It just feels more stupid and more unreal, if I could say that, if that's the right word. But the more you feel like doing things at a certain point of time, and the more you feel like trying to get into the attention of things, is way too crazy. But I just can't believe that whatever is happening for a good cause, or what is it trying to teach me, or what is it trying to, what is it trying to make me understand, and what is it that trying to make me a person that it is trying to make me. Out of all these set of questions itself, you'll have a lot more deep down thoughts that you will never get the answer for about decades, for about years, eons together, because that is what I feel. And to be honest and to be true with all of you, I started this channel with the intention of creating content on realistic self with the people I love the most, to create vlogs or such, to stand up for yourself and to stand up for people who believe in you, and to stand up for things that you believe in, and to be much more honest and real, and to be more good at whatever that you're doing. Because everything doesn't just come easily. It just doesn't come within a snap of a second or within a fraction of a second saying that, okay, hey, I'm starting a YouTube channel, I've got 1 million subscribers right after next morning. It doesn't happen that way at all. There's a lot of work that goes behind. There's a lot of there's a lot of crazy amount of work that goes behind than you think, because everything doesn't come easily, first of all. And second of all is that once you start editing a video, once you start creating a piece of content itself, the night right after that next minute you feel like you have to go sit down, edit that video. And the third step, once that video is edited, you again feel like you have to add some subtitles, you'll have to add some elements, you'll have to create the thumbnail, you have to add the right amount of stickers or GIFs or the background music and things as such. You just don't feel like, okay, this is a certain set of process. This is the process that I'm supposed to follow. Everything has some kind of the other problem. Whether in terms of job, whether in terms of creativity, in terms of job, you don't find balance. That is the first thing. You'll have a lot of pressure. You're expected to do more. You're not allowed to do this, you're not allowed to do that. And you're asked to do something by a certain set of people that you are not supposed to do. And talking back itself is not the option that is available in the place. You're supposed to think and you're supposed to talk as to what people might say and think. And last but not the least is you are just considered as a piece of, you're just considered as a piece of little person when the work is supposed to get done. And once the work is done, you're entirely a different kind of person, not just a person with good values or good ethics or something as such. Even though no matter how good you are to that respective person, you'll always be targeted, and you'll always be measured by your performance, but not by your personality or behavior. And when it comes to creativity, ask me about creativity. I mean, what I've not experienced about creativity, even if it took me so much amount of time to come up until such a moment and try to be as consistent as possible. It was never ever an easy journey for me. Trust me when I say this, because the way that I told you could have understood, because it never came easy, guys. Nothing comes easy in life. That is the one statement that I can just let you know over and over again. Already the video is about 13 minutes or 21 seconds. I'm not going to edit this video at all because I just don't have the patience to edit it. I'm just going to create the thumbnail and I'm just going to upload it because I don't feel like doing. I mean, once that feeling, you get to experience that in life, and only then you're going to relate to that so much. Until and unless and otherwise, people are not going to understand that, because I'm talking about certain set of people who don't understand or don't take this as a wrong context and don't take this somewhere else. And when it comes to creativity, you feel like creating certain set of content pieces in one day, and the next day you feel like falling apart. You just don't, after a certain set of months, you don't feel like something is not working, something is not trying to be as good as possible, trying to be consistent, trying to be valuable enough, realistic enough, giving people certain set of messages, and still you don't see the account growing. But in my case, that is true, because I've almost started creating content for about 2 years, good 2 to 3 years now, because I've not seen any kind of plus point in the game. Although it has been a lot more fun experiencing enough, and a lot more things. But trust me, even though my account did not grow, I got to learn so many of things in terms of creating content and what content creation actually means, and what is the one thing that actually makes you go for a long time. And that is the only one thing which drives you to be as consistent as possible, because you don't get the game in just one night. You have to run behind the bar, you have to run behind the process, you just have to run behind the entire setup. Creativity blog is the first one. I've just realized that the more creativity you are, the more creative you are, the more amazing and the more perfectionist it sounds like. But in the realistic world, it doesn't sound like that. It is not that way at all. Because once you start creating different set of pieces, you just feel like creating more, and you get burnt out, and you just stop all of a sudden. And vanishing comes into the picture. It is a lot of process. But with this, I'm supposed to end this video now, because I just don't feel like, again, I don't feel like something is going wrong or right or something, because kind of weakness point of view. But I'll see you all in the next video with a different kind of message or concept. Until then, even if you're still here, thank you so much for listening, and thank you so much for trying to be a part of this community. We've hit 95, it was 96, it is 95 now. But also, there's one more thing. In the process of creativity, we just don't balance a certain stagnant number. Almost, I believe that the performance is measured by the numbers that you have in terms of creativity itself. You're measured by the number of people that you have, number of brand partnerships that you have, number of follows or unfollows that are happening to you day by day. Because that some people just observe that, and not everybody understands, or not everybody gets to know that point. But saying this, I'd just like to end this video with this message. I'll see you all in the next video. Until then, thank you so much for watching.